I don't know any other individual other than Preston who is as committed to and passionate about the role of cultural organizations in the life of a city.
Preston is one of those larger-than-life figures, and certainly his presence and impact on the community of Jacksonville can't be overstated.
When you think of the major cultural institutions in the city of Jacksonville, you're thinking about organizations like the Museum of Contemporary Art, the Museum of Science and History, the Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra, the Cummer. It's very, very difficult for me to consider where Preston's influence and generosity has not been felt.
He's what I call a good citizen. And a good citizen to me is a person who contributes as much of his time, talent, and resources as he can to the betterment of a community.
He's always thinking ahead and seeing, the future and how to better not only the community but people's lives.
I think with Preston and Joan, what makes them somewhat unique is that they personally are passionate about the arts. They sort of fill their lives with it, but they believe everybody should have that opportunity. And I think Preston is unusual in his real commitment to seeing the arts as an economic driver for the city of Jacksonville, something that is a key measure in the quality of life of everyone who lives here. Whether it's downtown or the beaches or Riverside, I think he has that kind of full commitment, and of course Joan does as well.
Joan is a wonderful, passionate, and caring person who over the years has devoted countless amounts of her time and her exceptional talents to MOCA and really to the arts community at large. It's wonderful to come into an organization of this stature and know that there are individuals like Preston and Joan who are supporting it, who are mindful and vigilant of its legacy, and who continue to shape the organization on a daily basis.
And I wonder if Preston and Joan even realize sometimes the ripple effect that they've created, not just at the Cummer, but in organizations all over the city.
Their role at the Haskell Company in shaping many of the Jacksonville landmarks have left an indelible mark on the cultural scenery in Jacksonville and really set a shining example.
From the very beginning, Haskell's business is about community building. Every time we touch a project, we physically change the environment forever. Buildings last a long time. And so it's in the kind of the culture and the philosophy and the sensitivity of the company to be thoughtful about how to build communities.
Preston had a vision for downtown when downtown wasn't particularly popular. Really what Preston's always been about is developing the community on all fronts. But he felt really that City Hall needed to invest in the quality of life. And that included, human services, and that included the arts. I talk about frequently that you can cut a local budget, you can always cut, but if all you're left with is police and firefighters, who's going to want to go to that city?
Well, Preston and Joan both know what the arts do to the human spirit, for the human spirit, as well as collectively for our community. In the early mid-90s, they were part of the driving force and inspiration behind the creation of Jacoby Symphony Hall, and were really visionaries about the role that would play in the community. It's hard to even imagine what Jacksonville would be like without their guidance and leadership and patronage over the years. We certainly wouldn't have the orchestra we have today.
Preston and Joan have a deep sense of the aesthetic and a great understanding of how arts make people more fully human. It's dominated Preston's thinking, and it has dominated this company's actions. We have art in almost every office in this building. The best work we do is in some way a reflection of the art that you see in the building, and every architect in this building will tell you that. We're better architects because of the art that we display in our building and the art that infuses our life.
Preston and Joan have been the pillars of the arts for this community. Their collection has been the pillar of public awareness of contemporary art in this community. And the museum, by virtue of benefiting from their great generosity in sharing their collection, has been able to tell the story of contemporary art in a way that would have been impossible without this extraordinary resource. So it really has been a staple, a lifeblood, and a very important aspect of what the museum holds dear and what it can present to our public.
Their advocacy for education and arts, they co-link, and in terms of a partnership with the University of North Florida and the museum, that's a perfect confluence of those two things. And you know, he's given a little too much to Princeton, but we'd love to see him toss it out to UNF. But I think that's very part and parcel of really both their kind of their civic conscience.
MOCA simply would not be what it is today without their involvement. I say that with great earnestness and with great gratitude for everything that they've accomplished for the museum.
MOCA is special in our hearts for a lot of reasons. Part of it is its mission and what it does in its community, but the location is special to us. It is really a unique community collaboration. Architects from around the city, the best firms collaborated to create the design. Haskell led the construction effort, but many others were involved in that as well. Renovations are always complicated, they're always messy. They tax the imagination, innovation of everybody, and MOCA was no exception to that. It was a challenging project on all levels, but the results speak for itself. It's a wonderful facility.
I spent some time talking to them about their vision for Jacksonville, why they're here, when they arrived, what the city was like, and very quickly I started to apprehend just the amount of time and investment that they've had in this community. Everything from financial investment to the investment of their time, their acumen, their passion. Everything that drives them is really devoted to the greatest impact for Jacksonville and for a greater understanding of Jacksonville as a center nationally.
Preston and Joan, congratulations.
Our entire community is indebted to you for your lifetime of service and support of the arts.
Not only have you impacted individual organizations in deep and profound ways, you are making Jacksonville the artful city that we all hope it will be.
You are truly pillars of the arts, and this award could not go to two more deserving people or two better friends.
Preston and Joan, congratulations on receiving this year's Pillars of the Arts Award.
It's a great recognition of your lifelong commitment to the arts, but also your lifelong love for Jacksonville.
I'm proud of you and blessed to be your daughter.
I am honored and humbled to have been invited to offer a heartfelt word of thanks.
It's a great honor, and you well deserve it. Thank you for all you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me be part of your life. Thank you for enriching Diane and I.
Keep it up. Way to go.
Preston and Joan, my heartfelt thanks for everything that you've done for MOCA Jacksonville and everything you continue to do for this institution and for the city at large. Congratulations on the Pillars of the Arts Award.